Alright, here, getting my first match of Season 9 going. Trying out a build of Thalia and the Gitrog monster, and up against Narset of the Ancient Way. Opening hand has Thoughtseize, always an attractive keep. Land looks nice, so give this a shot. My opponent on Narset of the Ancient Way, and they are running a lot of board wipes, so this could be an uphill battle, depending on how the draw turns out, but do have Thoughtseize here. Otherwise, I could save it. I think I might like to just start chipping away some damage and play Thoughtseize on turn 2. Just in case they decide to top deck something I'd like to try and take from them. Get the opportunity to do that now. Currently don't have a 3-drop in hand, so that does look a little awkward. Alright, options here. Taking a land is always interesting, but they look like they're doing okay. Could take the memory lapse. Thing will be a problem at some point. It's also their turn 2 play. This is tough. All these cards are pretty good against me. I'm definitely not taking the White Sun's Zenith, and Farewell is pretty far away at this point, although I'm going to have a very difficult time beating that card. So definitely have to consider taking it. I have a number of answers, I think, to Thing in my deck, and can't get through a memory lapse, so I think I might just take the Farewell because I'm just going to have the most difficult time winning against this card, especially with the Sarah Paragon in my hand as well. Tough hand to see right there. But we'll see how it plays out. This 0-4 blocker is gonna slow me down quite a bit. But we still get to chip away a little bit. Narset is also pretty annoying because she helps gain them life every turn. With her plus ability, adding mana. It's gonna make my hill to climb a little bit taller. So I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice my savior. We'll be able to get that back with Sarah Paragon. I'm gonna need to run Thalia into a counter spell here. Option 2, play Underdog. This might be the better play. Then Thalia isn't taxed. And if they don't counter it, I get a draw, so that seems like the better play to me. I'm gonna go ahead and enlist. I think here, okay, so they do memory lapse, and so it's 1 damage versus a +1 counter, and I think I'll go ahead and take the counter here. There's a chance that's relevant with Shatter Skull Smashing. It probably is going to play it out as a land, but there's a chance that they were flooding here and that they just wanted to um, save that for some of my small creatures here. Back to the same spot, and no, they don't have a counterspell now. Nothing that I can get back immediately with Paragon. This is a window where I could get Thalia down, though, but we know that Thing is about to flip, so don't think I want to just play right into that. So I'll go ahead and just try to take out Narset. I want to enlist, so this will be Narset at 2 versus 3. I think I'm going to go ahead and enlist again. We're not going to be able to kill Narset either way. Actually, I could have killed Narset. This time Narset's down to 1. Yeah, that was definitely a misplay. I'm not sure what I was thinking there. We have Narset low. We don't have to worry about the ultimate, and they also cannot minus Narset. Sometimes keeping Planeswalkers on low loyalty rather than killing them can be good, but I think that's only true if their plus ability is not that strong. And in this matchup, I think it is quite strong just because they're gaining so much life. Now I have a 7/8 to deal with, which is obviously a problem. So probably need to go for Thalia here. They counter Thalia, pretty sad, but I don't think there's many other options. Obviously could play my Paragon or Underdog. They have a counterspell anyways. Yeah, it's definitely not good for us. Got a chump blocker. They're in White Sun Twilight Zone. And we also lost our boon getting countered there. So next turn, I think I might... Okay, yeah, so they are going to get Narset back. Going to put me down to 5. Unless they just draw, they may not decide to discard to take out the Inspector. They value their cards enough.
Consider the future, then strike.
So this card, destroy all other creatures. So they can make a bunch of 1/1s. They might just do that now. Okay, no, they're going to go for Narset again.
Ikoria is familiar. I train in the shadows of giants. To open the mind, you must first open the heart.
Narset now is out of reach from any of my attackers. I do have the play to just go for Paragon and my Selfless Savior. I think that seems like the best play, and then I have decent blocking setup. Let's go ahead and use up my black mana here. get the Savior plus the Knight down. They will be able to make the 5/1/1 mites if they decide to wipe the board. They do take out their own horror, but then I think that play just really is not going to work out for them because I have the Savior to protect my Paragon, and I can just kind of loop that infinitely as long as they don't have instant speed removal. That this plan kind of collapses once they find instant speed removal, but until then, I am going to be okay. I think maybe I could either worry about, is there any possibility that they get trample? Otherwise, I can block with the Savior and then give indestructible. I don't see a way that they can give trample, so I'll go ahead and do that. Ah, I forgot I have to exile it, so I don't get to do an infinite loop here, but I at least get to stall them out for this turn cycle and get Narset off the board so they won't be able to sweep with Narset around as well, assuming my Angel survives this turn. So right now they have 1, 2. They do have x equals 5 here, but it doesn't make any sense for them to do that, I think, if I get to keep my Paragon, but they are going for it, and I am at 7. Let's see. Elspeth Resplendent gives me lifelink. Let's see. Definitely need some blockers though. But I also really like having a Planeswalker that makes their board wipes a lot worse here. And I can play just a chump blocker as well. I'm going to go for this line.
Point me towards the fight.
And
I'm ready.
Actually, maybe if I minus here, the problem is that I have too low loyalty to survive with Elspeth. So I think I want to plus and gain. It's either lifelink or vigilance. I am certainly worried about my life total. Am I worried about enough? So it's 4 coming through. I can play Thraben, but I have to take 1, so I'm at 6. It looks like they can get 3 across. Do they have enough things that can go face? We've got Bone Crusher, Ragavan. I think it's got to be lifelink here, just to make sure that I'm not going to die.
Alas, I return to my training.
And then go ahead and play the Thraben Inspector. Get another possible draw and see if they're able to find the answers they need here. Paragon has been doing a ton of work in this game. They do have a bolt. Oh, wow. So getting the extra life here was definitely the right call, I think. I think these things do have toxic as well, so I'll go ahead and pick one off. um, bring down the toxic uh, clock a tad. And let's see, I think now I like minusing with Elspeth to see if we can get another blocker. Get a lot of choices here.
City, and I'm going to protect it.
Peacekeeper seems very good. And we'll go ahead and shut down Narset. Okay, we basically have to tap out for Thalia. We can play a Marshal. Or I can draw. I think I'm just gonna go draw plus Marshal. I want to try to make sure that I have some more answers here. That is always a card you love to see. Okay, I think I'm in a good enough position here to still attack. We've got a long ways to go on their life total, and eventually they do have cards in their deck to come back in this game, so I don't want to give them that opportunity. And I think I'm able to stabilize at this point from the toxic damage. Looks like they're not able to play Narset still. It's going to be a long grind back. They can't block, which is nice, so I can still attack with my Peacekeeper without losing the protection counter on it, which I really like to just make this really difficult for Narset to get on the field again. And even if she does, they have to pay 2 mana. Oof, okay. That is a good card. They could wipe here, but that will mean killing all of their mites. And it actually doesn't kill my Peacekeeper either because I have the shield counter. So they probably just shoot 5 at Sarah Paragon, I'm guessing. It's either that or just put a start getting the emblems going, but oh, interesting. They're just gonna do 3, but that does not kill my... If a permanent dealt damage, so it would die. So, I guess I could be wrong, but I think the shield counter just prevents this. Yeah, I think that was a mistake on their part. That's unfortunate. I think they definitely should have gone off the Paragon. If they had gone after my Paragon, I was considering using Soul Partition to actually keep my own Paragon. And I think I'll go ahead and let 3, so I go up to 7. But don't feel like they're going to be able to push enough through here. I keep my my dude here around, and then I'll also keep back my Soul Partition. I might want that for my ring or something else here. Let's go ahead and give Vigilance now. And go ahead and send we'll just attack face. Oh, I definitely messed up my attacks here. Meant to send the Peacekeeper at the Planeswalker. Just has to be the One Ring, I think. And then I could also get Thalia down. Closes the game out faster. Yeah, get Thalia down. Got protection. I think it's really hard for them to draw a whole lot here. They needed board wipe. And doesn't seem like they're going to get it. Just trying to make sure, kind of think through all the different possibilities here. But starting off with the One Ring. And I feel okay about sacking lands, especially with Thalia on the field. I think I'm going to sack white, so I'll go ahead and scry. Feeling good on land at this point. And to close out the game, I'm going to go ahead and give Thalia flying. And I think I'm fine swinging in here. Gives me another scry if I want to play that from the graveyard. Got enough things to do at instant speed that fine. Taking a scry. And go white again. And provided they are not able to top deck a sweeper, that should be game. GG. All right, here for game 2. And on the draw with both of my two instant speed counter magic, but no aggressive plays. Don't think that's gonna be good enough in this matchup, so gonna have to send that one back. I really don't like not having a turn 2 play. Also, no black mana. Question is, how good are Peacekeeper and Spellbinder in the matchup? If they are good, then this might be playable. Arcana Myria is not going to do much. Not sure this was the best inclusion in this deck, to be honest. I just don't feel too confident in this hand, so I think it's going to have to be a mulligan. Just seems too slow and too many possible ways that loses. This is a horrible hand, so I'm gonna have to go down to 5 and hope for the best. Swords is pretty bad, and I'm not able to play Augur of Autumn, but I think we hope that we will be able to. Yeah, we're kind of just hoping on Skrelv protecting Augur and somehow that doing it for us, but I think I was, in hindsight, maybe a little bit too aggressive with my mulligan. With the turn where, the hand where I had 3 lands and just three drops. Certainly slow, but it would have put pressure on them. No turn 3 play currently. Looks pretty bad, although we do draw the land we need, so they should at least draw a counterspell or a removal. And then the chance that Inquisitor Captain is able to start to put some pressure here. It's got 2 white ups, so no counter magic. I think I'm definitely going to go for Inquisitor Captain first. Thalia gets countered, we can play Thalia again. Thankfully that does resolve, and interesting. Both of these cards are quite good. This allows me to get Inquisitor Captain back, and this allows me to see their hand. I think I just want to have the ability to revive Inquisitor Captain if I need to, so I'll go for this line. 6 power and toughness on the board, which makes Brawl not be able to block as easily. Teferi. That is a difficult card to beat. See if they decide to chump with Brawl to keep Teferi around. Or if they have removal, of course. Is there any reason to play Peacekeeper now? It does kind of shut down Teferi. Force them to pay 2, which we'll do, obviously. I think I'm just going to start off by attacking. See what defense they're going to use to keep Teferi. Yep. Okay. This is how we go to damage. Then I'm just going to play Peacekeeper now, and I'll play this out first just in case they have some kind of quench effect. And I think it's going to have to be Teferi, but they have a counterspell. So now we're just hoping no sweeper. I guess we're hoping no exile. They find farewell. I am absolutely just destroyed here, but any kind of damage effect, I really want to dodge any kind of exiling effect, I guess. Okay. And so they minus. Am I able to kill Narset? I think I need the card. I can't be greedy and try to keep Narset taxed.
Mind, body, and soul
Particularly with Teferi already on the field. I need to prioritize killing Teferi, so that will give them the opportunity to keep Narset. 2 damage. If there are 2 or more instant sorceries, deals 3 instead. There are. So I don't want to exile Melira. They've already done everything that they could, so there's no way they can kill my captain on their turn. Obviously, they could kill captain now. Elspeth is quite interesting. If I do resolve Elspeth, it's definitely going to be a minus. And I think I'm going to probably go for Elspeth here. But I guess we'll see if they decide to kill my captain. No answer there. Really tough call between Elspeth and Thalia. Thalia, we are able to play if we top deck a land. I always like playing Elspeth after Thalia as well because giving Thalia flying or lifelink or vigilance are all quite strong. So running Thalia into counterspell if they have one is the better play. And again, hoping to dodge a sweeper. I think there's a pretty good chance, knowing their deck list at this point, they have one. But they may need, looks like they're digging, so that is a good sign.
Then strike.
And they kept it. I don't think that's good for us. Interesting. Okay, that is great news. Extremely good news. They were just playing Ragavan as a blocker. I don't know what they possibly could have here. It's possible they have some counter magic that only hits non-creature, but they don't have too much there. They have a lot. They have a lot of sweepers and target removal. So they've already used counterspell. Have I seen memory lapse as well? I haven't not seen memory lapse this game. So they have a couple of counterspells that can hit Narset right now. Ranger Captain is also quite attractive though. I could go for Ranger Captain plus little creature, which I could sacrifice. I think I like this option quite a bit. Hold on to Narset for one more turn, and I think I might just go for the Thraben Inspector. They clearly don't have a sweeper now. The question is if they draw one, how bad is it? Maybe it's just the dog to protect against a good number of their sweepers. I guess that's probably the safer play. Yeah. We're going to be able to draw a lot of cards off of Thalia now. So go ahead and do that, and then I'll sacrifice the pathway. Really not sure what they have in their hand, and the question is whether I want to sack Ranger Captain on upkeep because that helps me dodge a sweeper. The other option is that I could keep Ranger Captain to keep applying pressure and allow me to resolve Elspeth. They clearly don't have the right sweeper yet. Can they top deck it? I think I'm going to go ahead and risk them drawing it here. I'd rather close the game as quickly as I can. Them drawing Narset is totally fine. We're playing Narset here. Whatever they target, I can protect with Savior. And they'll just go ahead and try to get rid of the Savior now. So if they do have a sweeper, that will be good enough. Giant Killer not so good in this matchup. And we should be able to get Elspeth down now that they got rid of their cheap removal. And so do I want to take out Narset? I think I just need to go face and close this one out. as quickly as possible. I do have Vigilance, so I'll go ahead and give you Flying. And then on upkeep this time, I'm definitely going to sack Ranger Captain. They're going to let Ragavan go. I'll go ahead and play my land out. Got the stop, upkeep. Go ahead and lock them out for this turn. Make sure I get to keep Elspeth. They can minus here, but they won't be able to replay Narset. I think Narset's too expensive for them at this point anyways.
Flow like river rapids.
So they're just really not finding the board wipe they need. It would be pretty cruel for them if they did find it just now. And don't think there's too much argument for minusing Narset. Sorry, minusing Elspeth. There's maybe, if I hit the tree, that gives me another 3 damage. It's not enough to win. It's like they do have some instant speed interaction. Okay, so a Fateful Absence now. It's interesting. So now, using a minus on Narset makes a lot more sense. Although we do have the ultimate. Is there any world where I'm using the ultimate on Narset after they get a sweeper? This is a little tricky here. I could minus see what I get, use my clue. Gives me a little bit of sweeper protection. But if we hit something like a Luris, if they sweep and then I can just ultimate though. Can this hit my Planeswalker? It can. I think I'm gonna go ahead and plus here. I like having the ultimate ability. And I'll just go ahead and play Thalia. It's pretty close to lethal. You get to have their lands, Narset one more time.
There is always more to learn. Meditate with me.
Just needs a couple more turns to try to close this out. It's a little annoying that they killed the Might, so I can't sacrifice it to Thalia. I'll go ahead and draw before I sacrifice any lands. This does allow me to kill the Sentinel, but I don't think I need to. Am I plussing Narset again? It does allow me to get through, put them down to 2. And I'm not sure they have cards that they can minus to kill So they could just draw another card. I think I'm fine with this.
Let's do this together.
And I'm just going to try to close out the game. One Ring gives us the card advantage we need. I think that probably will do it here. And I will pay. Ooh, Soul Partition as well. Yeah, keep that up. That should do it here. I think that maybe Farewell gives them a chance, but I am going to be able to ultimate Elspeth and keep her around at this point. Seems extremely difficult. So, surprising 2-0 it looks like. I was definitely worried about how many sweepers my opponent was running. Some of the testing I've done with this deck, control matchups have been pretty good. As long as they're running a lot of counter magic, which cards like Thalia do well against. But able to get the victory here. GG to my opponent. Good games. Appreciate they stuck it out, and best of luck for the rest of the season.